Mark, there's something I want to talk to you about in private. Let's go in the closet, please. Why does she want to take me to the closet at a time like this? Also, isn't Natsuki here? Come inside, quick. Oh, Jesus, hi! What the fuck? Yuri, I'm pretty sure Natsuki is still in here. This is very, very, very intense. But in a good way. In a cute way, but also in a bit of a too much of a romantic way, but okay. I'm still very worried that Natsuki is in here with us, but okay. So what's up? I can barely see you right now. I just wanted to apologize for the way I was acting today. I haven't been feeling like myself since yesterday. When I gave you that hug, I thought you would hate me after. That was the closest I have been to someone. But ever since then, I've had you on my mind. The way you felt surprised, I couldn't see you after. My mind was telling me that you hate me. It's not the festival that I was anxious about, it was you. I can barely see you right now, and that is helping me to speak to you. You don't have to talk to me again if I made you feel uncomfortable yesterday. Yuri's voice started to fade at the end. That explains a lot about her today. We've been good friends since I joined the club. It was kind of odd seeing her like this. I guess she's not used to being close to people she just met. I have noticed her comfortable around Sayori. I mean, who wouldn't? I don't want this feeling to ruin her festival. Yuri, can you come closer? I want you to be able to see me when I'm speaking to you. Okay. Hi. You can forget about yesterday. I do want to forget that awkward moment we had, so how about we start over? We can walk around the school after this. Experience the festival together. Does that sound good? Yuri opens the closet. Yeah, we can do that. So, how many cups do we have for tea? I brought 2 packs of paper cups. I believe they are 50 each. That's a lot. We might not be able to use them all. It's always good to carry extras around. We might need them for ourselves later. I see. So, are you ready to recite later? I will try my best, but don't worry about me. I have certain tricks that will help me escape my anxiety temporarily. Wait, really? How? I want to try it as well. Have you ever tried acting before? And what does that have to do with this? Sometimes in public, maybe it's not very useful. There's no harm in telling me. It could be useful to me. But what if you stop trusting me? I promise you, whatever it is, I will trust you. Okay, I will tell you. Usually in public, I like to play a character that isn't me. Usually a character from one of the novels I read. You mean the horror novels? You know, horror is not the only thing I like. And besides, it's not even my favorite genre. Hey! The mod maker paid attention! Good job! I only got into it recently. Well, I didn't know that. It was just an assumption, I'm sorry. It's alright. You weren't there when I read some of my favorite fantasy novels. Is that how you write fantasy with 2 A's? That sounds like Fanta, like the drink you can drink, you know? Is this reality or is it just fantasy? I love that meme. I can let you borrow them if you'd like to. Is Yuri suggesting me a fantasy book? I don't think we've finished reading Portrait of Markov yet, but what about the one we're currently reading? Can I be honest with you? This is a little silly, but I'm getting a little bored of it. Thank you. Oh, what? I wasn't really a big fan of the book, but I didn't want to tell her that. Why? Don't be mean. I wanted to read Portrait of Markov with Yuri. Hey, you two! Natsuki from the back corner comes over to us. Okay, so she wasn't in the closet. She was in and out to hide her manga just like that. Do you need some help here? Is she actually willing to help us? Sure, why not? I'll go serve tea to our visitors. Have you ever made tea before? I sometimes do at home. Well, I usually make coffee for my dad, but it pretty much is the same thing. Forget about that. What were you and Yuri doing inside the closet? And I'm not gonna pretend that I didn't see you two go inside. Why was she even watching us? We just needed to chat in private, and it was the only place we could find. That's all, I promise. Oh, is that it? Not even after you two were alone in the same house? Listen, we just made the banner together and that was it. Nothing else happens, I promise. I can't tell her about the other stuff that happened when she's acting like this. I'll keep my eye on you. There she goes again with her dislike towards me. Or I don't know what's up with her. I haven't even done anything wrong to her. I can't deal with this right now. The performance is about to start. It looks like everyone has settled in. They're all here! They're all here! Thank you all for coming! Honestly, just like that Club Penguin meme. Where he stands inside of a completely empty auditorium and he's like, thank you all for coming! Yeah, everyone's here. Couldn't you have at least have some... I mean, of course, I understand that you don't want to make special sprites for people that you're never gonna see again. But just, like, a black outline of some people. Whatever. So yeah, this doesn't count because you guys aren't the visitors. So, are you all ready? What was the order again? So Yuri is gonna go first, then Yuri will go second, followed by Natsuki in third and Mark in fourth, and I'll end it. Does that sound good? Interesting choice, but I like it. Well, I'm up now. Good luck! Monica is almost done with the conclusion of our part of the festival. Oh, we don't get to see everyone's performing the poems or the recitals. Well, at least there are no jerks that are messing it up while we're doing it like in Blue Skies. Because that was fucking heartbreaking when they were fucking yelling and whistling or whatever at Yuri and stuff. That was ridiculous. I hated that green-haired guy that was there. Oh, hi! You're actually behind the podium. I haven't seen her look this nervous before. We're open to having new club members, so if you're interested, join the Literature Club. Thank you all for coming here. Enjoy the rest of the festival. Everyone leaves the club room, leaving the 5 of us in here. That was pretty exhausting. I bet everyone loved us. I could see people's faces when they were eating Natsuki's cupcakes. You really think so? Just because some of us didn't give their best performance, that doesn't mean it was a failure. I feel targeted here. I wasn't really calling your name. If I'm being honest, you lacked a bit of energy on the stage. And someone here did her whole performance while only looking at us. That's not what I was doing. I never said it was you, Yuri. But now that you've done it yourself, we can talk about how you performed. Why can't we talk about Sayuri? She brought the crowd to life here in the club room. And that's why I made Sayuri go first. Jokes aside, Yuri, you did really well. With that little tooth there. I never expected you to raise your voice like that in front of people. Was it really me to speak loud like that? The audience loved your poem, and that's what counts. You did a good job, Yuri. Thank you. You all did great as well. Even you, Mark. Why are you looking like that, Monica? I understand the effort you put into your performance. Oh, Monica, what are you doing? Keep practicing and you will be more confident. I'll try my best next time. You're saying this like we're gonna do this again. Monica is collapsing from exhaustion, I think. Monica? She fell asleep on the floor there. Should we wake her up? You know what? Let her rest for a while. She's been working since morning and maybe last night as well. But not on the floor. You 3 can go have fun at the festival. I'll take care of Monica. Aw, Sayuri, you're the sweetest ever. Aw, are you gonna also tuck the little girl in? You're the little one here? Hey! I'm leaving. That was very Yuri's laugh. I mean, there's only so much you can do with these sprites, but it's still pretty funny. I'm leaving now. You guys have fun. Where are you going? I'll be with my friends from my class. Enjoy your day. What about you? I don't have anything else to do right now. Well, You said we could experience the festival together. Do you want to? Do you want to do that right now? I would like to have a look at what the other clubs are doing. Sure, let's go now. It looks like the crowd has reduced around here. There's only a couple students here chatting with each other. Anything specific you want to check out? I want to visit the Environment Club. The Environment Club? Why there? Well, it isn't really the club I'm checking out, but I want to see their work. I heard that they were planting some seeds outside and I want to check it out. That's pretty interesting. That might explain why Yuri was outside earlier today. You mean near the cherry blossoms? Yeah, there. I can tell Yuri is excited about it. This might be a little boring, but if it makes her happy, I suppose I can let her have some fun. The anime club would have been the first place I'd go to, but not with Yuri. I actually love that side of the school. So let's check it out. Earlier this morning, this place was quite empty, but now there's a crowd here. Wasn't this the place where we met in the morning? Yeah, there was a bird's nest on the tree close to the benches. But it looks like there's no birds inside of it. And I don't think it's completely built. How long does it take a bird to create a nest? I'm not so sure. I thought it would take a couple of weeks, but once the nest is completed, it would be time for the mother bird to lay eggs. It's quite fascinating how birds put in a lot of work just for their babies. I've watched something like that on my phone. Yeah, I do also love how it's a bit... Well, it is related because it's about dinosaurs, and dinosaurs are birds. Or birds are dinosaurs, I should say. But back in the day, of course, a lot of... like, theories about the dinosaurs change all the time because of new discoveries and stuff. But, like, back in the day was when they thought that they were mostly, like, very, like, monstrous-like, more reptile-like. Like, a lot of theories about dinosaurs, especially about theropod dinosaurs like the T-Rex or the Allosaurus or whatever, were that they were very, like bad parents, so to say. They would eat their own children or eat other tyrannosaurids or like would do cannibalism because they would eat children of other T-Rexes, for example, or specifically for Walking with Dinosaurs, which even though some of the information there is a bit outdated, it's still, I think, one of the best dinosaur documentaries out there, and it still holds up even with the CGI from all the way back then. But I do love the mix of CGI and puppets and electronic things, whatever. Just like the first Jurassic Park, it also holds up really well because they use both CGI and animatronics, and they do that in Walking with Dinosaurs too. And like I said, even though some of the information is outdated now, it's still, I think, one of the best dinosaur documentaries out there. But in the final episode of Walking with Dinosaurs, the T-Rex episode, they explain a lot about how the T-Rex, about the life cycle of a T-Rex, and a lot of, not all, how should I put that, like a bunch of the things that they say there aren't really accurate anymore, because they say like, oh, the female T-Rex is very, lives solitary the entire time, and then just meets a male T-Rex just to mate, and then she would scare the male T-Rex away, or see him as food, and then lay her eggs, raise the children, and then until a certain amount, until a certain age, because if they stay for too long, she would see them as food as well, or whatever. Like, and then just abandon them because they have to be on their own or whatever. But I believe, like, currently, like, it's a completely different theory of how dinosaurs dealt with their offspring, because it is now mostly thought that they, just like birds, they actually put a ton of effort into caring for their young. Mom and dad, T-Rex, you know, like staying together a whole lot. Like both helping probably in like hunting or like providing for the family, so that one can always watch the nest and the other would go hunting and bring food. And and you know, teaching their children how to hunt and everything, and then the children eventually like growing out of the nest, so to speak, and then leaving and going on their own when they're adolescents, or whatever age they are for T-Rex. So yeah, that's like completely different from what was thought earlier. Like earlier, they thought they just like whatever, you know, like well, I mean, some birds. Not all birds are great parents, of course, but you know what I mean. Like they just thought a very different way, and it's mostly because of sort of like the bird theory, I think, and also because I believe like lots of skeletons have been found together of T-Rexes, or not specifically T-Rexes, but of theropod dinosaurs, and like I guess that's applicable for multiple species. It's very interesting how that like changed over the years. Like, yeah, they now kind of like think that they would, like, the parents would stay together for a lot longer, maybe even for multiple years or whatever, or at least until the children are grown or whatever. And yeah, it's just very interesting. But yeah, like I do like what Yuri said. It's pretty interesting how they put so much effort into it. But because of, she talked about birds, but of course my brain immediately goes to dinosaurs because of course it does, because you know, dinosaurs are awesome. You know those animal documentary videos? You watch them too? Not really. I just came across it like once or twice. I think one was about a bird and the other one was about deers. Isn't the plural of deer just deer? Like sheep sheep is both singular and plural? I don't know, actually. I thought so, at least. Well, the deer part was from an anime I watched, but it did show how the deer crackers were made. I really want to try visiting a zoo one day, but seeing those animals behind bars makes me feel pity for them. I can understand where you're coming from, but don't you think zoos are made to protect these animals? She looks upset right now. I should really change the subject before she feels worse about this. Yeah. Oh, by the way, did you hear about the school getting a new music room? What's gonna happen to the current one? I don't really know. Have you played an instrument before? I have played the flute once. I'm not very good with wind instruments. So Yuri had a flute. She kinda broke it when she did something stupid. We were little at the time, so I can't really remember what exactly happened. For how long have you and Sayori known each other? I think I was about 5 years old when her family moved into the neighborhood. I gotta ask my parents though. I was actually wondering about what your parents do. I didn't see them at your house yesterday. They were at work. I only get to see them at night every day. It's been like this ever since I entered high school. My dad is usually busy with work. He works in retail. And I do see my mom every day. She's actually a psychiatrist. Whoa, free therapy, I guess? That's funny. And the only therapy I get is her giving me snacks. Oh, what kind of snacks? Muffins, cakes, chips, the generic ones. Speaking of snacks, I was gonna ask Yuri about the snacks Yuri brought to the club room earlier, but then I remembered that Yuri wasn't there. Never mind. Why don't we lay down here? On the grass? If you're comfortable with it? This does look like a good spot. No one is around either. I really hope there aren't any bugs on the grass. I do need some relaxation time after the busy festival I had in the morning. Whoa, hi Yuri! Hi! This is a bit... okay, this is very intimate. Yuri, after putting her backpack next to the tree, lays beside me with that innocent smile on her face. How often do you come to this spot? Usually after club meetings. I've come here more frequently ever since you joined the club. Why is that? It's, nothing. You could tell me anything, but I guess it's been a week since I've met you. When I found out you were Sayori's best friends, I was able to get more comfortable with you. Sayori has nothing to do with how I am. All she did was invite me to the club, and here I am now. That's not what I mean. It's just my anxiety. I was gonna say something, but I felt it would be better to listen to her. I can't control this feeling. When I'm around people I don't know, I stay silent. I become afraid to speak to them. That was how I was feeling the day before you joined the club. Anxious. Afraid I would scare you away. But once I found out Sayuri was bringing her best friend, I stopped worrying. What would you have done? What would you have done to scare me away? I don't know. These thoughts are in my mind were telling me that. And I can't control them. The same thing happened yesterday after we made the banner. I see now. Yeah, but you don't have to worry about what I say. I'm sorry you go through all that. I really want to remove these thoughts in my head. I'm trying, and, well, I can't say I've gotten better. When I first joined the club, it was only Monika and Sayuri at the time. Back then, I was really scared to join the club. Monika invited me, but it took me a couple of days to actually enter the club room. Yeah, I know. So this mod does say that little short story is canon or whatever. That's how Yuri joined the club. It was that bad? It really was. But it was actually a place where I can be comfortable around people. What about you? What about me? How did you feel before entering the club room? You want an honest answer? Hey, I told you my story. It's only fair you tell yours. Alright, fine. But you may not like it. It's all in the past now. Also, I love listening to you. I wasn't actually interested in joining any clubs, but at some point I did tell Sayori I would, which was not a promise. The literature club was actually one of the last things I would have picked. I was gonna start with the anime club, but Sayori wanted me to visit the literature club. At first I didn't want to, but that's when she mentioned Natsuki's cupcakes. Now that I think about it, you were the first one to welcome me to the club. I really did, didn't I? If you didn't know about me, I don't think you would have said anything. Maybe not. But I'm glad whatever happened that day worked out so well. Monika and Sayuri would have been upset if you hadn't joined. I slowly turn and start facing the sky. Isn't it crazy how life can change so much in just 1 week? I was pretty antisocial, so I wasn't really interested in talking to people. You're kinda like me in a way. You value your time alone, and don't bother other people. It's nice to have a friend like you, Yuri. Yuri? I turned my head, facing towards Yuri. Oh, she fell asleep? Did she fall asleep? She must be tired after a busy day today. Watching her sleeping is... Watching her sleeping is making me fall asleep. It wouldn't hurt to take some rest on the floor here. This spot isn't too crowded either. I doubt anyone would see us. Maybe 5 minutes. Okay, and I'll leave it there, and then we'll see who discovers us lying next to each other underneath a tree in the grass in the next episode. So yeah, that is Doki Doki... what's it called? Lavender Trust? I should save. There we go. Yeah, that is Doki Doki Lavender Trust. Yeah, it's pretty interesting so far. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. Yeah, I'm just interested to see where the story goes. I was kind of afraid that this was going to be a very short mod. That when Yuri stepped into the closet and she talked about, I can't hide, what did she say? She was like, I can't get you off my mind or something along those lines. I was very scared that we were going to have a very short mod on our hands again, and she was going to confess right then and there, and then it was just going to be all done and dusted right at the festival. But it seems like there's more. So there's more substance. So that's very, very nice. Yeah, so far I pretty much like everything. I like the interaction with Sayori, that MC actually went up to her house and check up on her, and that we put trust in Sayori that she would be okay and stuff like that. Although just trusting her, I mean, saying that I don't trust her is very mean, but I mean, like, wanting her, I still want to do things for her, you know? I don't want to just like, oh, well, completely ignore it because she wants me to ignore it. Like, I can't completely ignore it, so I'm curious to see if that goes anywhere. It's pretty interesting to see Monika, or this mod maker's take on Monika. She's very stressed out, and she's like doing a lot of things, and she just fucking collapsed on the floor due to exhaustion after the festival was over, which was pretty interesting to see. So I don't know, maybe we can see some more about Monica, the popular girl class star versus who she really is, you know? Maybe. Also, like, you know, Natsuki is still a bit, she has her eyes on me, she doesn't really trust me yet. Makes sense, because, well, we're continuing from Yuri's route from Act 1, pretty much. And yeah, everything, and I also like the interaction with Yuri. Yeah, like I said, I pretty much like everything that I've seen so far. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. In the next episodes, we will see who is discovering us lying on the grass. I guess it's Natsuki, but I don't know. Anyway, hope to see you there. See you later, Romans. Valete.